Hey, what is going on YouTube? Dr. Breddington here, and I am bringing you the first video of a multiple part series of Introduction to Programming in C. So with this course, my aim is to get you from a beginner level to having a good foundation where you can actually implement what you've learned and different concepts that you've learned throughout the course into things like projects, making solutions to problems, data structures, algorithms, and all that good stuff. So the C language is the backbone of, modern computing. Many languages like Python, Java, C++ are actually built on C. So starting off with this language will actually give you a good understanding and starting point and learning how the computer actually thinks and the actual building blocks of, you know, computing itself. So yeah, C kind of just gives you that intimate experience as you can deal with memory and moving data around. Learning this language will force you to be sharp when it comes to problem solving and writing efficient code. So this language has actually been around for over half a century and it's still being used. So if it kind of gives you an idea of how reputable of a language it is, that would be it. I mean, it's still being used by big companies like Microsoft, Apple, Google, and even NASA. So the reason C is fast is because it works closer to the computer, meaning that it's lower in level as a language versus when you go higher in level, such as like Python, that's an interpreter language, but C is a compiled language, meaning that it is compiled directly into machine code, allowing for a fast runtime. Now, with that being said, enough yapping. We're gonna get straight into it. First, as this, with this being the first video, we are going to start with downloading the actual compiler so we can run our C code. Alright everyone, now we are at the actual website where we can download the C compiler. I'll include a link in the video description below, so feel free to use that. If you scroll down here, you'll have different versions of the C compiler, as you can tell, 12.5 and so on. I went ahead and downloaded the 15.1 because this is the most recent version. Feel free to pause the video while you have that downloading, but I already went ahead and did so. If you go ahead and see this zip file here that comes up after you download it, you can press extract all, and that's what gives you the extracted folder. So when you go to that extracted folder and open it up, we want to actually go to this bin folder within that and copy as path. So once you copy as path, you can open up the system properties with the environment variables. If you just want to type in like environment variables in your taskbar search, you can pull it up. And when you go to environment variables at that little button on the bottom right, we can actually press path, and to edit it you can double click it or just press edit and then click new, and then now you can paste that path into the environment variable. So once you do that, just OK, and OK. So now we will be good on that. We can open the command prompt and put gcc -- version, and once you put that command in on that command prompt, you can actually see we have the 15.1 version now. Alrighty, now we can go and download our coding environment. A coding environment, or an IDE, an integrated development environment, is the actual environment where you can type your code up, run it, have different tools, things of that nature. It's an essential tool for you to actually start your coding career journey, whatever you want to call it. So let's just do Visual Studio. Feel free, if you're familiar, to just download whichever one you're comfortable with. I'm just going to do Visual Studio Code. It's known for its lightweight feel and functionality. Yep, there we go, functionality. Alright, anyways, we'll go ahead and download that. I'll download the Windows version. They have different versions, but I will go ahead and wait for that to finish. Alright, now we can just accept the agreement. Yeah, that's fine, whatever. Okay, next. Next. We can create a desktop icon. And it just has different options there for your preferences. Let's just go ahead and install that. Alright, and then now when that finishes downloading, we can launch Visual Studio. So Visual Studio should give you some different things as an introduction itself within the app. It provides video tutorials. You can like fine-tune different things. Once you get into it, there are a lot of awesome extensions that you can download on this extensions tab right here. Now we will actually create a new file. Also, if you guys want me to create a separate video just showing some key like extensions to download, I'll probably download some throughout the course as well as needed. But if you guys want any like settings reviews or anything like that that I could point out for y'all, I could very well make a video on that. But we can go ahead and create a new, I guess I'll create a folder. You can create a file directly, but we'll just have a folder. That way we can include different files within that folder. So I'll just name this C practice. And then within that, we'll have that C practice folder. Yes, trust, that's fine. So now we have this C practice folder on our IDE. Oh, look at this. So also I do recommend, if you guys want to learn, do not use AI tools to actually do the heavy lifting for you. It's okay to use them to learn, but you want to, especially in the fundamentals stage, you want to actually challenge yourself, learn the concepts, the core concepts, build that foundational level. AI, of course, is a tool that is, you know, growing, and it's important to learn it. It's a new technology, but for sure, if you guys are new, you're not going to get anywhere if you just tell AI to do everything. So now we can create a new file, and then we can name this hello world. All right, and then we will actually have this as a .c file. So this is a way of telling the computer, hey, this is going to be a C file. If this was a Python program, we would name it .py, you know, and so on. So since we are using C, we want the actual file to end in .c. Alright everyone, I also went ahead and increased the font size, and if you, oops, autosave is actually pretty good, I'll keep that. If you want to actually do this yourself, just go to File, Preferences, Settings, and then just type in font size in the search bar, and you can just adjust it as needed. Also, if it shows up on the video as too small or too large, feel free to leave that in the comments, and hopefully I will just adjust that as we go on throughout the course. So let's just hop right into it. So we're going to start our C file with including the standard input-output library. This is essentially just going to include a whole bunch of functions that are very necessary when writing your program. And we're actually going to have a function included that you know, uses this. So we're going to start with int main, and we have our main function now. So now we're going to use the printf function here, and this function is going to allow us to print, you know, whatever we want, whatever text we want with our code. So it's going to be hello world. Let's make it a little bit more exciting, put the exclamation mark, and this is actually a print statement, and as a statement we're going to include a semicolon at the end. So after that we are going to return it. We'll put return 0. Now you might be wondering, how are we going to run this? So we're actually going to have the terminal open. You can actually download an extension such as Code Runner. I'll also include that in the next video, but right now I just want us to actually learn how to compile a code directly through the terminal. So what you want to do is do GCC and then type in your file name. Over here we have it as hello_world.c, and after that // a.exe, and this is going to actually print out our first code. So there we go. Congratulations, you have now done your first C program. And also, if you're having a little bit of trouble compiling this, one thing could be that you're not in the right directory. So your code might not be in your downloads folder wherever you have it located. So you can just do current directory and go to whichever file you have your program in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you enjoyed the video. It would mean a lot for the channel and supporting the algorithm as well as just the channel in general. And until next time, thanks for watching.